Hello, good morning students. So today we are dealing with the remaining part of the chapter 5, that is the emerging modes of businesses. Okay. So this was whatever was left out relating to the outsourcing concepts, right? So in our previous classes we have discussed about the various scope of the emerging businesses, right? Actually what are the things that are to be needed by every businesses to maintain a continued touch with your customers, like B2C, C2B, C2C, all these things we have learned. Right? We have also learned about the intra-B businesses, that the transaction that takes place between the various departments of a particular organizations, right? Those were called intra-B. Now what was left out is our outsourcing concepts. Okay, so this outsourcing, what do you actually mean by outsourcing? Here you see, to determine, to actually learn about the meaning of outsourcing, we need to go in depth of what a particular business is doing. Okay, when a particular business is doing, it is not that whatever activities they are doing, that is their core objectives. For example, let us take this school as a business institute. Okay, so as a school, what should be its core objectives? Its core objectives is to teach the students. Okay, but the school's core objective, that is the important objectives, is not to maintain the canteen facilities, right? It's not to maintain the bookstall activities, right? Nor it is to maintain the uniform activities. But we have seen in some school that all those activities are done within the same school campus, right? So in that situation, what happens? The school will not be able to focused in the same manner as it is focusing on the core objectives. Okay, so it will not be able to focus equally on each and every topics. Just like for teaching, just like for maintaining canteen facilities, just like for maintaining bookstall, equally they cannot give the same importance. So under that situation, what happens? The school used to let out some of its non-core objectives, like your canteen facility, like your bookstall facilities, to some other businesses. Okay, to some other businesses firms. Those business firms come and they take away these activities, like maintaining of canteen facilities and all those activities. They take away from the school and they used to run on their own. And in return, they used to pay a particular rent to the school. That is actually the meaning of outsourcing. See, now outsourcing can be of two types. Number one is your business process outsourcing, and number two is your knowledge process outsourcing. The previous example that I have given you is an example of BPO, business process outsourcing, because the school is letting a particular part of its business to the outside agencies. Now take for example, what happens in a school office. The school office has to maintain a regular salary accounts, it has to maintain a regular repayment, receipt accounts, and all the tax filing, etc. All these things they have to maintain. So in such a situation, the school's office staff may not have that particular abilities or technical or intelligent facilities to maintain all those activities. In such cases, what the school does, or any other business firm does, they used to let out all these technical facilities or any other management facilities to other management consultant firms. Okay, such activities, when they are let out, such activities which require significant mental abilities and intelligence, all these things, when they are being let out to outside firms, that is called KPO, knowledge process outsourcing. Okay, that is what is all written here. Here you see, outsourcing refers to getting a non-core business tasks. Okay, not the core, only the non-core. Whatever the core, that they will be doing by the businesses themselves. Actually, that is the work of business. You need to do a particular business which you are specialist of, where you have sufficient knowledge of. If you don't have sufficient knowledge and if you get into those businesses, then it can increase your overhead expenses. Then that can lead to losses. Okay, that is actually what is written here. Outsourcing of non-core business activities helps the companies to cut labor costs. Okay, labor costs including overhead. Overhead, that means further expenses. For example, a particular company is producing mobile phones. Only producing the mobile phones will not help them to get the reach to the market. They have to do advertisements. Okay, they have to prepare their packaging facilities, etc. But if the firm does not have that knowledge regarding advertisement or packaging facilities, then just producing the mobile will not help them to reach the market. Okay, they have to take the outside agencies, or they have to produce themselves. If they produce themselves, or if like the carry bags or packaging or advertisement, then if they have got no proper knowledge on it, then that can lead to overhead expenses. Okay. Then equipments and technologies. Usually the technologies, when it has been sourced to outside, we included in under KPO. Okay. Other things which requires production, manufacturing processes, those requires under your BPO. Okay. Here you see, in addition to cost saving, companies may employ outsourcing activities to better focus on the core areas. See, so many activities are there in a particular business. Those activities are usually divided into core and non-core. If the business focuses on both the core and non-core together, then it will not be useful for them, it will not be helpful for them. So better let out the non-core activities and better focus fully upon the core activities. Okay, that is the primary objective of the outsourcing concept. Okay, here you see, outsourcing of non-core activities can increase efficiency and productivity because another entity will perform those jobs which are core to them. Okay, I suppose you can understand this. Some other firms will be taking away all those activities which are not core to a particular business, but those activities are core to another businesses. That is actually the meaning of outsourcing. Okay, next you see. Here are some of the examples of outsourcing we have given here. A manufacturing firm or a manufacturer of a personal computer might buy internal components for its machineries from another company to save production cost. Here you see a computer manufacturer, they may produce the casing of the computer, or they can purchase some SIP chats, or they can purchase some wires from another computer, from another firm. Those producing of those firms may lead to overhead. That is why they are purchasing from outside. They will be buying and they will be assembling it and they will be producing the computer. Okay. So these activities which requires production and manufacturing, those will be included under your BPO. This is an example of BPO. Next you see another example we will be seeing, that is the example of KPO. Here you see a law firm might store and back up its files using a cloud computing service provider, thus giving it access to digital technology without investing large amount of money to actually own those technologies. Here you see so many law firms we have given. Now let us consider a chartered accountancy firm. Those chartered accountancy firm has to maintain lots of accounts. They need to carry huge amount of data in their computers. Now take for example one technical firm owns up those activities to store all those MBs in a cloud computing device. Then it will help the chartered accountancy firm to get rid of the storage problems. Okay, I suppose this you can understand. So main difference between KPO and BPO is that BPO will be focusing on your producing activities while the KPO will be focusing upon your knowledge producing activities, knowledge enhancing facilities. Okay, next you see